guys, we are back with our album review for the Eminem Show,
Yes.
right? Okay. And how are we gonna do this?
So I have the track list pulled up so we can go through it and I guess talk about which songs you liked
Okay.
and we'll decide which ones are the best. So let me zoom in a little more. All right. So it starts with Curtains Up, which is the skit.
Mhm.
Literally just hear the curtains going up.
That was fine.
Yes. And then it goes into White America.
Okay. So that song was good. I liked like the message was pretty cool and the verses were all pretty good. I guess it was fine. It's not my favorite though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's an awesome song.
Mhm.
It was pretty popular. I agree.
Yeah.
The message, he was talking a lot about his fame and, the lyrics that he has and people criticizing him and, saying that kids are listening to him and then
Yeah.
him specifically speaking about white America and them having the issues with his content and everything, so he gets into race there and, it's definitely a interesting song and it really captured like the culture at this period of time when he wrote the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the chorus was really cool. It almost feels like kind of like a sinister message. He's like, I could be one of your kids. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure.
It reminded me of like, I don't know, like just taking over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like all of
definitely.
a sudden there's like a bunch of like little M&Ms running
Yeah,
around.
he has similar lines in numerous of his songs about that there's like millions of him, you know what I mean? And he's creating he has this army of people that think and act like him, you know what I mean?
Army stance.
Yes. And then the next one was Business. You remember it? I know it's hard because we
No.
we spanned this album over what is it? There's 20 songs, so this took us at least 3 weeks to do.
Can you like sing it
Um,
for me?
so the chorus is like, "Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town to shut the shit down on these clowns." It's with Dr. Dre.
Okay.
So it's the one where he talks about like them being like superheroes.
Oh, okay. I guess it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. You literally had to just like sing it for me, so I guess it's not too memorable for me personally. So I
Yeah.
guess I don't really like it that much.
So yeah, it was the one that I have the lyrics here. So it was the one they pulled up with it. It was like a Batman episode. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. That
And
was
then
cool. It was creative.
yes,
Um,
so there's a lot of themes of the Batman, and they're the
yeah.
superheroes to rescue the rap game from whack lyrics.
So
Batman
yeah,
and
it was
Robin.
cool, good song from what I remember, but just from the sheer fact that I couldn't even remember what song it was by hearing the name, I'm gonna say I don't think I really liked it that much.
Yeah.
But
So
I can respect that it was a good song, it was creative.
yeah, from what I remember, I remember you thinking like, yeah, this is cool, it's good, but it
Yeah.
didn't have a huge impact on you. It's a good song. It's not one that I listen to all the time, but it's definitely an awesome Dr. Dre and Eminem song.
Yeah.
So then the next one is Cleaning Out My Closet, which
That's top five. It
it's a,
has to be.
it's a huge hit.
Yeah. So I liked that song when I was younger, I think. Um, it's so funny. Like I can't remember like a single verse except for like the chorus for probably like a decent amount of these songs, I'm gonna say. But just like my overall vibe, I think I like Clean Out My Closet. I would say it's top five so far.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great song. He gets really into, his childhood and, the skeletons in his closet and his
Yeah.
fucked up relationship with his mom and, he's very harsh on her, and he talks about in later albums where he eventually makes amends, kind of makes peace with the relationship he had with his mother, and he says that he doesn't perform this song live anymore because he
You said
feels
that, I
bad.
remember.
Yeah, he feels bad how harsh
Oh,
it was. But yeah, it's a classic. It's funny. I to this day, I still think it's very funny that this was a radio and MTV single. Like
yeah, that's so
the
crazy.
content of it is it's so interesting that that was, a commercially viable success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, it's a classic. It's fucking awesome. Square Dance is the next track. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, that one was fun. I remember it. I'm remembering it.
Yeah. He's talking
Um,
shit about cannabis. That actually spawned us to do the
oh, yes, yes.
cannabis reactions.
So I liked that from what I remember. Hmm. There's 20.
20 songs,
So I don't want to say like top
20
five
tracks.
just yet, but I'm gonna say top middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, top middle.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have like the lyrics pulled up here. Just, he's going after the Bush administration.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about the anthrax, all that shit.
Crazy times.
Yeah, he's got some sick bars in here, and the flow is really good. And yeah, I remember we were discussing the square dance thing, how I guess technically square dance is a good thing because at the end he's like Dr. Dre, square dance with me, exhibit.
And a bad thing.
Yeah. So yeah, he called out cannabis there, which, they had beef for a very long time, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into the rest of the diss songs. Um, so Square Dance is definitely one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah.
Um, I thought it was weird when I first heard it. I bought the album when it came out, 2002. So
Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying that.
I was 14, I guess.
I could see you not
And I
liking
was like, yeah,
everything.
because he's talking in that like,
Square dance.
yeah, that accent. And I was like, it was off-putting. And I was like, oh, this isn't without me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
with silly shit. But it's funny because I'll listen to this song over without me like any day of the week now. I like it so much more.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So then the next track, well, so as I mentioned at the time we did this, the next three tracks are part of a little mini saga within the
Yeah.
album. It goes from The Kiss, which is a skit, to Soldier, and then Say Goodbye to Hollywood.
Okay.
So the Kiss skit, I remember you liking.
Yeah, that was cool. I guess that's a. Oh no, it's not my favorite skit. I know which one my favorite skit is.
Yeah.
It's a funny one though. For sure. Not like funny, but just like
It was no, it was
crazy.
funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Gary
Oh yeah. Poor Gary.
Gunn.
Yeah, so it was a good skit.
Yeah. And then it leads right into Soldier.
Yes. How'd that go again?
I'm a soldier. Like these shoulders hold up so much they won't budge. I'll never fall or fold up. I'm a soldier, even if my collarbones crush and crumble.
It's a good song.
So the Kiss is talking about Eminem being in the car witnessing Kim kissing that bodyguard. And then
Yeah.
Soldier explains that story a little more.
Yeah.
He talks about pistol whipping the bouncer, you know, um, Say Goodbye to Hollywood is kind of his, oh, I fucked up my life, I ruined it, I can't take the shit anymore. You know what I mean? So Soldier, did you remembering it or
No, I remember it. I remember it now that you sang it for me, but I'm gonna take my cue from the experience I just had with business and say if I can't remember it when you say the name, I probably didn't love it that much. But I will give this a middle. I will say this one's probably in the middle. I'm not gonna just throw it all the way down because when you sang the words, I was like, oh yeah,
yeah.
you know,
So Soldier might be my favorite song on the whole album.
really?
Yeah, I love this fucking song. It
It's
it
catchy.
gets me so like amped up, like the beat, the way he rhymes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the so a soldier again. I liked it when I first heard it, but I didn't. I guess I didn't appreciate it as much as I do now. You know what I mean? He's talking about the shit going on in his life. The chorus is awesome. And yeah, it's the bars, the delivery of his verses, it's just incredible. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say at this point that's my favorite song on the album.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then Say Goodbye to Hollywood, which ends that mini little
I remember that
trilogy.
song from Alpha Dog.
Yes.
Um, and just because of that and just like the association I have with Alpha Dog, I kind of feel like it's top middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Say Goodbye to Hollywood. I love
You
it.
guys are gonna hate my listening certain things.
I love the chorus, you know what I
Mm,
mean? He's talking about how frustrated and how troublesome fame is for him, you know what I
mm,
mean? And the issues with being a celebrity, dealing with the fame, the issues with dealing with his relationship with Kim, you know what I mean, which spawns off into his legal troubles with the weapons charges. And he thinks how he just threw his life away, and that's it, his careers might be done at this point, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, that's a great one. When I was younger, that was definitely my favorite song off the album for a while, but it's fluid for me. Like with Eminem within the albums and within his whole catalog of what personally I feel like is my favorite at any given time. You know what I mean?
Okay, so like it changes.
Yeah.
And then the next one, oh,
Drips featuring Obi Trice.
that's my least favorite. I don't even have anything else to say. Least favorite.
So yeah, you know what? I'd agree. This is probably my least favorite song on the album too. It's funny, it's gross and disgusting, you know. But yeah, it's all about fucking STDs. And it's a crazy story of them both getting it from the same girl.
But then like describing what happens, like
Yeah.
the STD wise, like the nasty was it ranch dressing? Like no.
It's crazy.
No.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's my least favorite song on the album as well.
Yeah.
So then we'll go into Without Me.
That's top five.
It's a monster fucking hit.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Definitely top five.
you like it? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so funny, like I can't tell how much of it is just because I like the song's on
Know
the
it.
radio, I know it was really popular, it's like a crowd favorite. Like I'm having trouble separating that from like the song as itself, and I feel like you really can't even do that, you know? It's
So
hard to like separate this popularity that the song got from the song
so I agree,
for
and
me.
I've had the same type of issue with this song in particular. So this was a smash hit. I loved it when it came out. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then as I got older, I kind of looked at this as one of his more silly songs, and I kind of was like, I don't want to hear this. You know what I mean? But then in later years, and even more specifically, when we just did this album and we went through every single song, I totally forgot how awesome the lyrics actually are.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I remember
it's
we were
yeah,
recognizing that as a really
yeah, it's like very clever. Like the technically what he's doing there is very skillful, and he's being silly,
yeah.
but the rhymes are there and the delivery and the beat and everything. It definitely going through this album and hearing that song again in particular and breaking down all the lyrics, it definitely moved it up. It makes sense to me that it was such a smash hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we get into the Paul Rosenberg skit. I don't know if you remember that one. It was a
So he
voice.
gets shot, right?
No, so
No.
this was the voicemail that Paul left for Eminem saying, I heard you're shooting your gun off in the parking lot. I told you you can't bring your gun out. Yeah. And then that goes right into Sing for the Moment.
That's a really good one. I would say it might either top middle.
Yeah. So yeah, Sing for the Moment was definitely another one of those songs that was my favorite for a while. The Aerosmith Dream On sample, awesome. He his verses are sick. He he really is, you know, bringing you into his world, and you get to understand and appreciate like things from his perspective, and like the fame and how it was he didn't expect to be this big, you know what I mean? He was just rhyming for fun, and then he has all this superstardom and like these obsessive fans, and but at the same time he recognizes, like specifically in that third verse where he does that sick little thing where he's like, we try to seize the moment, freeze it and hold it because we consider these minutes golden. So like he even recognizes this album, that song is like peak Eminem career wise.
Okay.
He's loved everywhere. And while he's at the peak, he has the foresight to see like this isn't forever. You know what I mean? I'm at the top right now. I'm not always going to be here, but I need to sing for the moment. As the title says, you know what I mean? Like appreciate it while you're in it, you know? Yeah.
For sure.
I love that fucking song. If I didn't say soldier, I think sing for the
Like
moment.
Soldier's your number one from this
Yeah.
album.
For now, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
For
through yeah,
now.
like for through this run through, yeah, it was, but Sing for the Moment was definitely my number one spot for a while, and that's right below it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. And then we go on to Superman.
Number one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that might have been clear. And I think I might have even said that because, like, obviously, based on like my reaction, because I know that song and I sang it for the whole entire video.
Yeah.
But you guys don't know my number two. I don't even know my number two yet.
So what is it about Superman that makes it your number one song? Is it the lyrics? Is it the beat? Is it the
I think it's
combo?
the association that I have with it, just because I know it. I know like almost every word to it. Used to listen to it a lot when I was in high school. It, like I said, it's hard for me to separate that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm looking at all these songs. There are some I never heard before, heard for the first time, or like barely even knew at all. And like, yeah, they're good, but like, it's hard for me to separate the relationship I have with that song
Yeah.
and like potentially choose a different song over that one. It just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wrong. So, Superman's number one.
So yeah, no, I get it. I agree. I guess it's almost like euphoric recall of when you hear a song, it
Yeah.
brings you back to like how you felt when you were younger and shit. So yeah, I mean, it's a great song. I can't argue
And I
that.
just know it.
Yeah. All right, and then we get into Haley's song.
So, it was cool. He used her voice in the song, right? Or was this just written to her?
No, that was written to her. My Dad's Gone Crazy is the one that she was
Right, right,
on.
right. So it's cool that he wrote her that song. I did like incessantly, completely keep repeating myself about how it bothered me that he wrote this for her. Meanwhile, it had so many fucked up things in it. I was like, oh my God, how can you write that to your daughter? But like, I get that, like, obviously she would be grown up, probably like around our age or younger, a little bit younger when she heard it. She probably listened to all of his music already anyway. But, yeah, no, I don't love it.
Yeah.
No.
So I love that song. That was another one that swapped out my top spot, for years. Funny, he says he can't sing, and obviously he's not a singer, but
I didn't even
I
recognize
think
that
he
he
was,
can't sing.
I think he was decent.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't bad. I
And
still love it.
yeah, and I like the message. I like, the melody of it. And then, the third verse, he kind of turns it up and he's a little more rapping.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that song. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Next up is the Steve Berman skit.
This is one where he got shot,
Yeah,
right? This one was funny.
yeah, it was funny. And then it goes right into When the Music Stops featuring D12.
Yes, that five.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a very good song.
That was the one where I was like picking out which verse I liked the best, right?
Yeah, there was no chorus. It was just
Yeah.
one rapper after all six members,
It
the
was actually like
D12.
really good. That's like the first song that I didn't know that I think can contend for top.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's funny because I would imagine that's probably not in most people's top five, but it's incredible. D12's
Yeah.
awesome. I think it's like D12 at their best, other than, their big hits, obviously.
But you have to remember, everyone has like their quirks and has a reason for why they like something or why they don't like something.
Yeah.
Like you like Haley's song, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you probably like My Dad's Gone Crazy, and you will not be surprised at what I think of that song.
It's funny. All right. So then after when the music stops again to Say What You Say, featuring Dr. Dre.
Someone's okay. I feel like the chorus is very wordy. I get that he was going for like, like a cool, like shocking rap, but like it's just wordy to me. And I'm just like, say what you say when you say it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're doing, but like I don't love it.
Yeah. So that one was another one, another cannabis diss, and Dr. Dre going after Jermaine Dupri, the producer beef they had there. They even got Timbaland at the end.
I'm still like convinced that Jermaine Dupri was an R&B artist for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
but
know
not.
why. I don't know.
So Say What You Say, not crazy about it.
No,
So yeah,
I don't think so.
I like the song.
Honestly, if you guys go back and watch the videos and I say something otherwise, I mean, I'm saying this in, so I'm trying to order these in my mind. So if I'm saying like, that means that it's like closer out towards the bottom of the list because there are better songs on the album, but that doesn't mean that I think the song is a bad song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I'm
I
just trying to like get this order in my head. So when I say that means it's going to the bottom, but like all these songs are pretty great.
Yeah, so I remember both of us being impressed with Dr. Dre's verse and Say What You Say, and we were trying to figure out if this is one of those ones that Eminem wrote for him, which probably.
Oh yeah, yeah, but I'm trying
And
to
then they
go with the
were
song as a whole.
doing the whole back and forth thing, like Redman and Method Man.
Oh
They were
yeah, that was
finishing
cool. That was impressive. I
finishing each other
forgot about
bars.
that.
Yeah.
See, like this is hard for me to do because a lot of these songs I just heard once and I don't remember.
What
I don't
happens?
remember. So like I'm gonna move that up from the bottom. That's in the middle now.
Nice. All right. Then we get into Till I Collapse featuring Nate Dogg.
It's top five.
Yeah, I agree. This was another one. This was for a while. This was my favorite song. Period. Any genre,
Yeah.
any rap song, anything.
And like literally everybody commented about how it's such a workout song or like a sports song.
Yeah,
It's
of
so
course.
funny.
It's famous for that. So
Hmm.
I get the same feelings that I do from Soldier as this song.
Yeah.
That that amped up. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about it. It's a classic Eminem song. It's one of his greatest ever.
Yeah,
Like
I would
one of
agree.
my
Well, from what
favorites.
I know of Eminem, I agree, I think.
Yeah. Then the last actual song is My Dad's Gone Crazy, featuring Haley.
So, as cute as Haley's voice is and as cute as she was when she was little, um, I just don't particularly like when children's voices are used in like music. Like
Sounds
like
weird.
this
Yeah,
Nas song with the kids' voices.
I
I
know I
hate that.
can. Yeah.
I hate that song. I just can't do it. I
Yeah, I
don't
know
know
what you mean.
why. I just don't like it. There are other songs like that, and I can't even think of them right now. But I never liked them ever.
Yeah, no, I know what you
It's a good
mean.
song, but just I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. There's a weird sounding thing. It does make you feel weird. I get it. So I do like that song though. I love his verses. It's very funny. The shit he's talking about like doing 9/11 and shit. Like I literally like a year after 9/11 happened. Like
I
it's
forgot.
crazy. Yeah, but I like that song too. And then Curtains Close.
That's my favorite skit on this album. Uh,
So like I said, we just did that. That was yesterday. Um, I forgot. I was confusing Curtains Close with the
Something
ending
else.
skit of Encore, which if people
Oh,
know that, they'll know what I'm referring to. I thought that's what happened in it, but I forgot that it was Ken Kniff, and Ken Kniff
it was so
made an appearance on
funny.
this album. Yeah,
I
that was
was
great.
dying. So that's definitely my favorite skit. So I'm gonna grab this mouse real quick and give you like my official order. So of the skits, this is easy. Goes
You just
curtains close, and then it goes to my second favorite skit was Paul Rosenberg. My third favorite was Steve Berman. Oh wait, well yeah, and then it goes the kiss because it
yeah.
was like funny, but it was like not as funny as all those other ones.
Yeah.
And then it goes curtains up because like that was just curtains going up.
It's,
And then we go Superman is number 1.
mm-hmm.
And then number 2, I'm just gonna give you guys my top 5. Number 2,
A lot to choose from.
I know. So Superman's number 1. Till I Collapse is number 2. I'm gonna say When the Music Stops is number 3.
Nice. Perfect.
Say Goodbye to Hollywood is number 4.
Interesting.
And Cleaning Out My Closet is number 5.
Interesting. I would have totally guessed that Sing for the Moment would have been in your top 5. Just because it was so big.
It's top middle for me personally.
Yeah, just because it was so big. But yeah, nice. It's that's a unique top 5. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you also have to remember that a lot of these I hadn't listened to in a long time, and then a lot of the other ones, some of them I heard for the first time. So like I would literally probably have to sit here and listen to them all in a row and then
yeah,
pick them out. We'd be here for hours. So I did my best. Maybe there's ones in here that I like more. I just don't remember.
yeah,
But that's the vibe I get of my top 5 right now. And I will say that Say What You Say was really good, but the chorus is just very wordy.
yeah.
So like it couldn't be more than top middle or middle for me.
Interesting.
What's your top 5?
Jesus, I don't even know. Mine's gonna be so much more cliche and stereotypical than yours. You know what I mean?
Mine
Yeah.
wasn't stereotypical.
Nah, I would say yours is pretty
Oh
unique.
right, because
Yeah,
well, if you're a girl, like girls like the song Superman. I can tell you that just from being a girl who went to high school.
yeah,
Like every girl likes that song.
yeah. So it's hard for me to rank order them, but I'll say Soldier. Um, shit.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
I'm not gonna go in order. I'm just gonna say Soldier, Till I Collapse, Haley's Song, Square Dance. I don't even know what else to put here.
You have one more.
I know. Sing for the Moment. I guess that's what I'm gonna say. All right. So this video is so frigging long already. We're not even doing anything but talking. But before we wrap it up, we'll also ask you guys, give us, we're going to be going on to Encore, but we'll do a few non-album tracks from Eminem. So please suggest what you'd like to hear. We'll try to get a few of those in before we
Yes.
move on to the next one. But okay, so this is our third Eminem album. Typically, these 3 albums are grouped together. You know, they're kind of like a trilogy. You know, it's the Slim Shady LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, and then the Eminem Show. So it's like the Eminem, Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady, all 3 of his. You know, they're kind of grouped together, and then like Encore and the other ones are kind of in a separate thing. So from what you recall, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, Slim Shady LP, off the top of your head, do you have a preference as to which album overall you think you liked better?
Well, I can tell you my favorite song out of all 3 of those is Drug Ballad. Which one was that
It's
on?
Marshall Mathers LP. That has Stan, oh God, Kill You, Marshall Mathers, Criminal, um, so many fucking songs.
Mm. So it's definitely a tie between Marshall Mathers and this album. Um, if I'm gonna be annoying and just pick based off my favorite song, because like that would make sense, then
Yeah.
Marshall Mathers is my favorite one.
So yeah, I believe this is his best-selling album worldwide. So I love this album. For me, I would take the Marshall Mathers LP over this if I could only have one. And then I would do this album, and then I would put
Yeah,
the Slim Shady LP third, which is
me too.
crazy because it's a classic album and it's so good. It's just what I personally like.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh wait, you said you picked this one first, or you picked mine? No, you did
Marshall
actually. Yeah,
Mathers,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So same thing.
yeah,
But that's mainly because I'm going based off my favorite song. I
interesting.
just feel like that's how you have to do it.
Yeah,
Because if you're like, oh, if you could only take one, I'd be like, well, Drug Ballad's on this one, so
yeah.
yeah.
All right. So,
Yes.
anything else you want to say or? Anything about this? Any other album? Anything?
What's the next album?
The next album is called Encore, and that one
Okay.
was released in, I want to say either 2004, 2005. And that is peak drug addiction Eminem, his last album before he gets sober.
Sober Forever?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he takes a hiatus. He comes back with Relapse in 2009. So there's like a 4, 5 year period.
So he's sober when he writes Relapse?
Yeah.
Is he
And that's
sober
his
when he writes
darkest shit.
Recovery?
Yes.
Okay, so he like never uses anything ever again after.
Nope. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Sober to this day.
I don't
But
know why I thought he did.
Encore is Encore is controversial album and from his fans' perspective, even
What song?
him.
Examples.
Like Toy Soldiers.
I know that song.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what you would know. Rain Man. I think I've played that for you. He's just shitting on Christopher Reeves. Um,
Again.
Yellow Brick Road. I'll do this real quick before. Jesus, this video is a half hour
Yeah, you
long.
could just tell
We're
me
just
later.
talking. Yeah, off the top of my head, I'm blanking on what else is on
Just tell
there.
me later.
All
It's
right,
fine.
right.
All right. Well,
Let us know what you want to hear.
yes, please comment. And I know people have been requesting other rappers and stuff. We'll get around to that. He just really wants to work on Eminem right now, and I pretty much just do rock songs to show him.
Yeah, so I will, I definitely will when we have the time.
You know, like pepper them in there.
Yeah, I
Like
will
a little
do.
here, a little there.
I think, people like wanted Tupac.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw a lot of Tupac.
I,
There's one guy who really wants Tupac.
yeah, I love Tupac. I like a lot of his stuff, so we could definitely go through some of his shit too.
Okay.
All right.
See you guys tomorrow.
Let's see. Bye.